Could you explain how and why the northeast of India is now majority Christian? And how it all ties to Manipur and Bangladesh? It seems really complex. How does the US have a role to play in this, and what's the ultimate objective? Okay, see, the Chinese and the Japanese, they encountered a taste of Christianity in the previous centuries. During the Opium Wars that were forced upon China by the West in the 1800s, which the Chinese called the century of humiliation. At that time, the Chinese were forced to allow Christian missionaries in China, who then converted Chinese. And the Chinese wrote that the Chinese who get converted to Christianity for a bag of rice, they called them rice Christians, and they said that they develop extraterritorial loyalties. They become loyal to the West, not to China. The Japanese also wrote the same thing. The Japanese also faced the Christian people, the problem. So the West treats Christianity as a political religion. What they do is they will go into a region, if you allow them, they will convert people who are generally people who live in isolated regions like tribal people. They'll convert them to Christianity. These people have no leadership of their own, so they will give them external leadership. The external leadership will report to the headquarters in some big capital city of the world or somewhere. So then these people, they become assets of the West. Okay, and it's kind of well known that in various parts of the far east of India, Nagaland, etc., it's the church that runs the show, not the government. They collect taxes. They decide what happens. They decide what policies will be implemented, who can buy land, who cannot buy land. In Manipur, we have this apartheid act, de facto apartheid act, where Hindus can't buy territory outside of the Imphal region, but others can. That sort of thing. So it's now, why is the majority Christian? Because Mr. Nehru, the great, magnificent Mr. Nehru, in his great wisdom, he decided that no Hindu religious people could go to India's far east, to India's northeast. Okay, but he allowed American Baptist missionaries to go all over the place. So around 1900, I would say almost 0% of Nagaland was Christian. By 1980, almost 99% of Nagaland must have been Christian by 1980. So that's what happened. Now they are trying to push that into Arunachal Pradesh. Now even the Hindu Manipuris, the Meiteis, are now getting converted to Christianity. Maybe 1 or 2 lakh of them also have converted. So the objective is to turn the whole of India's far east into a Christian territory, which will then no longer have allegiance to India. And then you can create trouble and create separatism and whatnot. The objective is to make India lose the far east, the northeast. That's the objective. And we have the chicken's neck, which connects. So that also is a big impediment for India. East Pakistan has now re-emerged out of Bangladesh, and there could be trouble coming out of there. It's pretty complex, but the overall objective is very simple: to re-engineer the religious demographics of the Far East on an industrial scale, to make the Far East completely non-Indian culturally and civilizationally, and then to have the separatist movements that say that we are minorities being victimized by the evil Hindutva government of India, and we want freedom. You will see all these groups on Facebook, etc., cookie groups and whatnot, who are not really even Indian, who claim that we are being oppressed and we are a nation under Indian occupation and whatnot. Yeah, all that is going on. And you have certain Indian activists who are also involved in these matters. Big surprise, yeah? Big surprise. So that's the objective. The objective is to break the northeast or far east of India away from India. That's the objective. The objective is to cut India down to size, slice by slice. Salami slicing, or maybe the whole slice goes away. That sort of thing. The objective is to destabilize India. The objective is to eventually fragment India. Turn India into a collection of 30, 40 states, or whatever, that sort of thing. And then colonize each one of them individually. Right? The objective is to recreate the princely state system of India. Each of them is a vassal of the West. That's the objective.